I'm standing here in the Abbey of Thelema in Cefalu, Sicily. It was created in 1920 by Aleister Crowley and Leila Hersick, his Scarlet Woman. For those of you who don't know who Aleister Crowley was, or why the Abbey of Thelema is so infamous, I'll give you a brief introduction. Aleister Crowley was an occultist and philosopher who was once labeled by the British tabloids as the wickedest man in the world. The Abbey functioned as a school where students of his work could learn occult practices with the purpose of discovering their true will. Today, the Abbey is shrouded in rumors, speculation, and half-truths about the events that unfolded there that led to them getting kicked out of Sicily by Mussolini in 1923. Behind me is the Chamber of Nightmares. Aleister Crowley painted this entire room with visions of angels and demons, and I believe this is where they performed the majority of their ritual work while they were here. If these walls could talk, what would they tell us? Stories of intense devotion to the God within us all, as well as stories of heartbreaking loss. These walls have witnessed the madness that comes when one flies too close to the sun. As I crossed the threshold of the Abbey, I could feel the energy of the place resonating with the part of me that exists beyond the veil of this mundane world. There was a circle painted onto the floor of the temple, and inside that circle stood the altar. In the east sat a throne for Crowley, almost exactly where this chair is today, and in the west sat Leia, his Scarlet Woman. Central to Thelema is the idea that every man and every woman is a star, each with a unique orbit to follow through life. Crowley taught that a new Aeon began in 1904, the Aeon of Horus, ushering in a new era where individuals would live guided by their true will or inner genius. Within the Abbey, students were given personalized programs of mystical and magical practices tailored to their level of initiation within Crowley's order, the Astrum Argentum. Many students stayed here with Crowley, but one that stands out to me is Jane Wolfe. She was a silent film star. I feel that I have a special connection with Jane Wolfe because she is in my direct lineage of initiation, from Crowley to Jane Wolfe to Phyllis Seckler to David Shoemaker to me. I'm holding in my hands Jane Wolfe's diaries of the time that she was here, and I wanted to read a passage from today. It's actually winter solstice today. I am beginning to sense emotions, thoughts of a character humiliating to myself, thoughts and emotions never before touched. And yet, am I also conscious of habitation, where all is peace, serenity, as of the serene expanse of sky, luminous, impersonal, above clouds, of more or less density or murkiness? Just a few days ago, I had a heavy wooden door fall on my head. And I probably needed stitches, but I didn't have time because I was on my way to Cefalu. And now I'm standing in a room that looks like it's gonna fall over any day. So it's slightly unnerving, having that memory of pain fresh in my mind. The Abbey attracted a range of figures, including C.F. Russell, a British merchant seaman, Mary Buds, a modernist writer and literary figure, Cecil Maitland, a poet and occultist, Frank Bennett, an Australian student of Crowley's, Raoul Loveday, a young Oxford graduate, and his wife, Betty May. Unfortunately, tragedy soon struck. Crowley's newborn daughter with Leila Hersick, who had been sickly throughout her short life, fell ill and died before reaching her first birthday. Shortly afterwards, Leah miscarried a son. Crowley was deeply affected by these losses, and his writings from this period reflect profound grief and emotional strain. Around the same time, Ninette Shumway gave birth to a daughter fathered by Crowley, a reflection of the Abbey's attempt to dismantle conventional ideas of love, family, and monogamy. While hiking near the Abbey, Raoul Loveday drank water from a contaminated stream, despite Crowley warning him not to. This mistake led to his death from enteric fever. Initially, Betty May did not blame Crowley. However, after returning to England, she was paid a large sum by British tabloids eager to exploit the public's fascination with Crowley. She fabricated stories of animal sacrifice and blood-drinking rituals and falsely blamed Crowley for her husband's death. The resulting headlines branded Crowley the wickedest man in the world. The scandal spread internationally and, fueled by sensationalism and moral panic, ultimately led to Crowley's expulsion from Sicily in 1923. Although the Abbey ended abruptly, the work done here still echoes throughout society today. This may be why it remains so infamous. The new Aeon Crowley claimed we entered is visible everywhere around us. Compared to just a century ago, many more people today seek to live in alignment with their true purpose. More than ever, people are shedding old Aeon religions and searching for spiritual paths unique to themselves. Crowley's work inspired artists, musicians, and writers such as Genesis P-Orridge, Jimmy Page, and Alan Moore, just to name a few. Students like Jane Wolfe and Frank Bennett helped spread Thelema to California and Australia. Jane Wolfe became associated with Agape Lodge, the OTO's Californian Center, which later became infamous for its association with Jack Parsons, a pioneering rocket scientist whose work on solid-fueled rocketry contributed to the foundation of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory and NASA, and ultimately helped get humanity into space. The number of people Crowley's ideas touched, directly or indirectly, is too large to ever fully account for. I've come here quite a bit over the past few days and tried to connect with the space, performed a few meditations and rituals, and just tried to envision myself being here 105 years ago. Interestingly, these images of Crowley in the Stele of Revealing were not here the day before when I was shooting, meaning someone had come here and hung them. This is clear evidence that this space is still used by people. Many people come here as a pilgrimage to pay homage to the work that Crowley did, or just to check out this infamous Abbey of Thelema. If you're thinking of visiting, I would do it soon. It seems to be really like it will only last for a few more years. The walls might remain, but the ceiling is definitely collapsing in. As you can see, nature is taking over and reclaiming it. I hope that someone will start a trust or something and buy this building so we can preserve it for future generations. Also, I wanted to quickly mention that I built a tarot app called LVX Tarot. It's completely free, and I would really appreciate the support. There's links below for a mobile app and a website.